All right, everyone, by now you should have located this Google drawing in your math class so that you can use this space to recreate your composite area shape. As you know, you'll have to go to File, make a copy, and make your own copy, but then once you do, it'll look exactly like this. Couple quick reminders. On the floor in Miss Schnee's room, each of the tiles are 12 inches. So the tiles are the same, they're square tiles, so the tiles would be 12 by 12. That's one whole tile is 12 by 12. So in our case, one of these little blocks is going to represent 1 inch. So in order to make your shape, you want to make sure that it's 12 blocks by 12 blocks. In order to make your shape, there's a couple ways that you can do this. I'll show you both ways. So either way, you're going to want to use these lines. And the first way, and you're obviously going to be a lot more careful than I would, but I would recommend holding down Shift and then drawing. Because if you hold down Shift, notice it kind of snaps into place. It's going to make sure that your lines are straight. So there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. And again, you would be counting, obviously, much more carefully. And there you go. So there's my shape. That's option 1. Option 2 would be, as I said before, we know that it's got to be 12 in length. So you would measure it to make sure that it's 12. And then I would just copy it and then paste. So you would know that it's going to be the same each time. So there we go. So here's one. So now all I have to do is just move it. And I'm gonna paste another one, and you can rotate that. So that's your options. You can copy paste, or you could draw it the way I did. Either way, what you're probably going to want to do is, you can see these lines are not very dark. You're going to want to darken them. Quick tip, notice how when I just clicked, the whole paper or the whole graph highlighted in blue. Unfortunately, we can't lock that in place. So if I were to move it, I'm just going to show you, see how it moves. So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we're holding down Shift and we're only clicking, sorry, see, I'm telling you what to do and I'm not doing it, only clicking on the lines that we want to highlight. So now I know that I've highlighted my whole shape. I'm going to go up here, and first I'm going to change the color just to make it a little easier to see. I'll just pick purple. And then you can also change the thickness of the line, which would be right here. I'm going to make it 4. Now you can see that it's, oops, I missed one. Now you can see it's a lot easier to see. And if you ever click on and you want to get rid of it, see how this is blue again, and we don't want that, you can just click off to the side. So I'm going to hold down Shift, click on this one, and again, I would go to purple, and I would go to the thickness of my line. So now what we want to do is we want to start filling this in, and we're just going to use the different shape options to do that. So first I'm going to choose a square, and there we go. Here's my square that I've chosen. You can leave it filled in, or you can make it white. You can change the color, or if you don't want any, you can just leave it transparent. I would recommend making it a color so it's easier to see. Then I'll go ahead over here. I'm going to let's grab a triangle. There we go. I'm going to change the color of this one and make it different. Note, right triangles are always going to come this way. So if you want to, let's say I wanted to make another one that's going to come this way, in this shape, I'm going to just grab another triangle. I'm going to make my shape, and then I'm just going to pull the corner, and it's almost like mirror. I'm going to just flip it, and then I'll drag it back here. Obviously, you could, you're going to want to make sure that it fits and change the shape of that one. So here's your 2 options for adding your text or your formulas in here. You could draw a text box outside, because this triangle is a little bit small to write in. I'm going to fill it in, and then I can just type. So my triangle, let's say the base is 3 and the height is, I'm just making this up, height is 4. Then I could take my arrow and draw an arrow. Just make sure that Miss Schnee is clear that I'm talking about, I'm going to change the color too. Make sure that she knows that I'm talking about this box. You could also just double click in the box and do your typing right in there. So let's say that this shape is 12 by